let's sterilize, spay, neuter, the term for cats and dogs. We're animals. And you got to love most of these pointy-head people have 2 degrees from a college, so they're the accepted priest class, but they're working at the local grocery store. And then they look hatefully when you go through the line. You know, you've got the dad that started businesses from nothing, didn't even finish high school. He's got his beautiful wife, his 3 kids. He's 100 times more street smart than they are. He can skin a buck, run a trot line. At the end of the day, his IQ is really higher. And you got this loser sitting there with all their degrees, lecturing them about paper, plastic, and look at your kids. You shouldn't have so many kids. I'll guarantee you this person, if you go, and we ought to try to interview him, I'll guarantee you it's a woman who hadn't had kids, so she's bitter about it. So she externalizes it and then hates families. I'll guarantee you that it's somebody who says we'd be better off with humans at the end of the day. But again, let's spay neuter anyone on the left side of the IQ bell curve. But what happens once you've sterilized them? And if you were so smart, you'd know systems are always gamed or people buy out of it. So who's going to set what the IQ tests are? Who's going to determine those? Or there's a lot of idiot savants who can engage in great art, great music, or have a great capacity for love, who are loving people that isn't measured by your stupid chart. Are we going to sterilize them? Well, yeah, that's what they did to, well, really millions of Americans, but on record 500+ thousand from the 1920s to 1987 when it officially ended. No, this whole eugenics situation is just an attitude. It's an attitude where they just dehumanize you. You know, what did the state board say when they were asked, why are more than 2/3 of foster kids in Texas on an average of 7 psychotropic drugs, mirroring the national average? And the head of the board said, because they got bad gene pools. And the state rep said, well, what's your proof? Well, they just do. Oh, that's real science. You got a bad gene pool, so we're going to come take you from your parents. And then some good doctors, the only reason this came out, there were state hearings 4 years ago, it's in my film Endgame, because a lot of doctors that were involved with CPS said, look, we took healthy, happy kids for, you know, too much dog hair on the sofa or dishes in the sink. And I watched these kids as a CPS doctor go from being on the football team in the 6th grade to being in wheelchairs. They put them on so many drugs. Then you start having convulsions. Then they put you on more. Then they have a brain surgery because they make more money off of a screwed up kid. And if you're lucky enough for them not to kill you, they just dump you off when your mind is wiped and you're one of those homeless zombies who, you know, talking to themselves. This is what they do. It's factories of death. And you just get some, they're always so stupid, you know, the head psychiatrist on the board, they can barely talk. He's like, they come from bad gene pools. You come from a bad gene pool. Punk! If you had good genes, you'd know you got to lift up the weak. If you had good genes, you'd understand that humans don't feed on each other. We don't take our predatory instinct to hunt wild bison or to hunt cave cat or to go fishing and spearing fish in the water. We don't take that and then use it against our own species. That is a aberrism of the agrarian city-state society that has now turned into an institutionalized tropism. And it will be the end of our species. It is a warping of the Eloi and the Morlocks. We're supposed to be warlike Eloi, not Morlocks feeding on Eloi, as H.G. Wells admitted that was an archetype for how the elite actually operate. We are supposed to take our warlike instincts of survival in the Ice Age and the rest of it and point that into space travel and giant, complex, free market systems of unlimited potential. But you let a bunch of inbred, globalist, psychopath control freaks run thing, they will kill each other in the end. It's their instinct. They have a deep hatred of humanity. I have a deep love of humanity and a desire to lift it up. And eugenics is the opposite. It's actually waging war against the intelligent.
If you drive for a living, you don't get paid to stop or wait in line. Keep your wheels moving with Pre-Pass. Bypass way stations, fly-by port of entry facilities. Stay moving at highway speed while the guy without Pre-Pass waits in line. Save time, save money. Call 888-401-PASS to try pre-pass free. That's 888-401-PASS.
What's cooking at PrizeKitchen.com? Plenty. Low prices on your favorite kitchen brand appliances, Vitamix blenders, Omega juicers, reverse osmosis systems, and more. Plus, free shipping on it all. PrizeKitchen.com gives your family the tools for a healthy lifestyle by eating more fruits and veggies and drinking pure water. Go to PrizeKitchen.com. Great selection, low prices, free shipping. PrizeKitchen.com. We help make healthy lifestyles convenient.
Hello, this is Steve Shank. What does freedom mean to you? eFoods Direct is celebrating freedom with the Freedom Food Giveaway. Each week in July, they are giving away a one-year food supply. Just go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex and register to win a one-year food supply with a 25-year shelf life. At efoodsdirect.com/Alex, look for the new Patriot Pack, a $149 12-day supply of food, plus accessories that is free with a purchase of $235 or more. Call 800-409-5633 or on the web efoodsdirect.com/Alex and register to win a free one-year supply of food. Then listen to Alex Jones to announce the weekly winners. Also, the first 50 to register each day win a $50 subscription to the Voice of Reason e-newsletter. Go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex or call 800-409-5633.
Are you tired of spending money for metal canning lids year after year? Then stop. Stop buying metal lids and get Tatler reusable canning lids. Made of USDA and FDA-approved food-grade plastic, Tatler canning lids let you safely store emergency preparedness foods for years. Traditional metal lids are single-use throwaways that contain BPA, but Tatler canning lids are indefinitely reusable and guaranteed to last a lifetime when used as designed for home canning and contain no BPA. Tatler lids are dishwasher safe, perfect for standard pressure or water bath canning, eliminate food spoilage from acid corrosion, fit standard mason jars, and are proudly made in the USA. Place orders by phone at 877-747-2793 or go to reusablecanninglids.com. That's 1-877-747-2793 or go to reusablecanninglids.com. That's reusablecanninglids.com. Tatler Reusable Canning Lids, the original since 1976.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Here's some of the police state news, the good news and the bad news. This is out of CBS 4 Denver. No felony charges will be filed against the Colorado woman who allegedly sexually assaulted a Transportation Security Administration agent in Phoenix. And reportedly, the TSA person grabbed her breasts, so she grabbed theirs. No. It's only a felony when you grab them back. But the prosecutors have dropped the case, so that's good news. The attorney for her said her client was violated, endangered, and threatened by the actions of TSA agents. She denies doing anything wrong. Oh, you just grabbed my breast? I'll grab yours. Oh, we're tackling you and arresting you. See, they're not going to be able to sell this stuff unless we're in a trance-like state. One of my crew members was bringing up Darren Brown, that's his name, right? The hypnotist, on these shows where the person says they want a blue bike, he convinces them that they always wanted a red bike. And if you look at the morons they screen for the show, that's why a hypnotist magician will get 5 or 6 people up on stage and do little tests to find who the most suggestible is. And then through television and culture, they're trying to make us suggestible. More suggestible. The television lowers the brainwave rates on average while you're watching it. And then it makes it easier for you to get back into that phase. There's another, again, getting to it next hour, big study out showing how people are incredibly suggestible and will change memories on the spot for peer pressure. And that's all that's happening with Darren Brown. He's conning you, claiming slapping his hands, and the words that he's using are what is getting you to go under mind control. It's peer pressure. The people decide to be conned. It's pure bull. Only weak minds would be involved in such a thing. It's all flim-flam. All these control freaks, all these weak people, you know, they think subliminal messages are powerful. They think they're going to get power out of them. It doesn't have power. It doesn't have power. It doesn't have power. When you're aware of it, when you're aware the carbon scam is a scam, no matter how much they say your children are going to die if you don't pay David Rockefeller and Lord Rothschild money, it doesn't matter. You know it's a fraud. It's like somebody you work with that you've caught lying over and over again. You finally know they're liars, and you're not going to put up with their bull anymore. They manipulate good people to be gullible. Stop being gullible. They think you're so gullible, the government murders people every week, shoots them, cuts them up, hangs them upside down, tied up, and then tells you they weren't murdered. Oh, I've had enough. I've had enough. Okay, so the good news is the prosecutors are like, well, they grabbed your breast? Well, okay, we're letting you off. Good, that's humanity. Don't be toady prosecutors. Don't be toady juries. If you think somebody really violated the law, but the law is a fraud, let them go. That's what the founders said do. Just because the government tells you jury nullification doesn't exist, the Supreme Court's rule, you're supposed to rule on the facts as well as the law. Continue here. City Council attempts to outlaw free speech and freedom of assembly. Again, they're seeing what they can get away with all over the country. Quartzsite, Gould, Arkansas, areas in Michigan can't have a garden. Now you can't pack your children's school lunch, and they're just seeing if you'll do what they say. You can't assemble any group, pro-gun group, bird watching, no group bigger than 3 people. And they do it with a straight face, and the city council goes on the news and defends it and says, we are the bosses. And it's a mind control game. It's an Agenda 21 beta test. This is going on all over the world. They're doing stuff like this in Australia, too, and in England. They got groups like Common Purpose running it in England. Oh, my gosh. We got a lot of other news. Stay with us. It's all important.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
Hi, this is Steve Shank and Babs Rosberg with eFoods Direct. Babs, you work a lot with shipping, and things are going absolutely nuts with this new Independence Month Patriot Pack that eFoods is giving away.
The way things are going, we're shipping thousands of these great little Patriot Packs out. Just an example, Sherry from Arkansas made a $1,300 order. We shipped her 5 free Patriot Packs, $750 more free food.
Folks are really surprised at what we're actually giving away. Now, folks, we've had 235 years of freedom in this country, so for every $235 worth of food ordered, we give away a $149 Patriot Pack free.
To order the best food on the planet, call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
A free 12-day supply Patriot Pack with every $235 worth of food ordered. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, we're into hour number 2. Thank you so much for joining us. Webster Griffin Tarpley joins us to break down the latest on Libya and the economy coming up in 30 minutes. James Corbett and Tony Gosling both joining us, one from Japan, one from the UK, on the giant scandal with Rupert Murdoch and the not suspicious death from the time he died, the star witness who could have brought down the Prime Minister and Murdoch. From the time he died, the police, who were also under investigation, said it's not foul play, so move along. But we're not going to move along just because they said so. Now, that's called being an extremist. You know, if you turn the porch light on at night before you step off the steps, that's a conspiracy theory. If you question, if you gauge, I'm starting to think if you have eyes, ears, smell, taste, touch, the five senses is extremism. Again, having an opinion is extremism, is conspiracy theory. And I talk more and more about this because the hoax is now reaching biblical proportions. You've heard all the important news I've thrown out. I haven't even gotten to the top stories. I'm going from right to left over here to the most important quadrant of news. And I'll intersperse this throughout your calls and our guests coming up. But the toll-free number to join us is 1-800